The MLB will hate this decision, and that is Pete Alonso's personal decision to opt out of the 2025 Home Run Derby, despite winning it all in both 2019 and 2021. And the MLB is going to hate this for two main reasons. First and foremost, you have the entertainment aspect. Pete Alonso has been a part of the Home Run Derby every single season of his career, with the exception of 2020, which was canceled due to COVID. That's 5 times. That is 5 times the MLB turned to him and said, hey, go in this home run derby. We invite you. He says yes. And then the MLB says, all right, look, fans, look, you have Pete Alonso. He's in this every single year. It draws attention. It draws an audience. But now you have to appeal to that same audience and hopefully a broader audience without turning to Pete Alonso, without saying, hey, look, you have this guy participating that's participated now 5 times in every single season of his career. So that's one reason. And the second reason is more of a National League and National League East focus. And that is that Pete Alonso is going to continue his absolute tear here in 2025 because he's not going to mess up his swing. He's not going to be trying to hit home runs and trying to uppercut his way to a home run derby championship. Therefore, his swing is going to stay the same. He's only going to play in the All-Star game where he's taking live at-bats, regular at-bats against some of the best in the American League, and therefore, he's going to stay in that great shape and he's not going to mess up his swing, and he will be the Pete Alonso we all know and love coming out of the All-Star break as well. So, those are the two main reasons, and we're going to dive exactly into that. We're going to back it up with statistics. We're going to talk to the experts, the whole 9 yards, but it'll only be here on Mets Digest. I'm your host today, Mike Duda. I'll take you through all of it, but first, I got to take you through some subscriber statistics, and that being that 67.8% of you that watch these videos are not subscribers. You're not subscribed. So please do me a favor, just a favor here on Mets Digest, and hit that free subscribe button. That way, we can bring content to you about the amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. And we're going to start this out with every single year that Alonso was in it. 2019, his rookie campaign, he was awesome. 53 home runs, rookie home run king. That's the most home runs ever hit by a rookie in baseball history. And midway through the season, he won the home run derby. He brought some excitement to Flushing. 2020 was, of course, canceled because of COVID, 60-game season, all that shenanigans. And then in 2021, he won it again. So that's 2 years he's in it, 2 years he won it. And both years, remember, every single year that you win it, you're invited back the next year. So he's invited in 2022. Funny enough, he ends up losing to his now teammate Juan Soto, but first round exits in 2023 and 2024. And you may think this is the reason why, and although Alonso did not say yes or no to this being the reason why, I personally do not believe the first round exits are taking a toll on him. I don't think that's the reason why he is not participating. I think it's completely different. So with that, you may be thinking, well, he's tied for the 12th most home runs in Major League Baseball. He's tied for the 8th most home runs in the National League. Why? Why is he opting out? Well, he absolutely loves it. Anthony Tacoma of MLB.com confirms it. He says, quote, upon losing in the first round of last year's home run derby, Pete Alonso called the derby, quote, an event that I've really admired since I was a kid. Adding, quote, there's definitely more in there for sure. So why? Why would a guy who loves it so much, who's in it every single year and has had a lot of success, why is he declining it? Especially because it makes him look better. When you go on Baseball Reference, it shows how many home run derbies you've won. So why? Why is he opting out? Well, Pete Alonso himself tells you. He says, quote, I want to be fully able to enjoy the festivities. That's really what it boils down to. As fun as it is, for me, it's not necessarily the work or the swings. It's more the adrenaline spikes up and down. So having that Monday off, I'm really excited to have those off days. And this is something Alonso has never had. He's been in the home run derby every single season. And it makes sense. Baseball is strenuous. In terms of games and just games alone, this is not talking off-season workouts and lifts and hitting. You are playing every single day with a couple of off days sprinkled in from the 3rd week of February all the way until the 1st week of November if you win the World Series or if you go to the World Series. That is a lot of baseball. You're doing a lot of physical, strenuous activity, and Pete just wants a break from it. He wants to take the off days, especially because the home run derby is arguably more strenuous. It's more physical work than a regular baseball game because it is 4 minutes of just consecutive swinging. All you're doing is swinging the bat nonstop. You get tired. And like Pete said, there's adrenaline spikes. Even in regular baseball there is, because you'll be winning. Your adrenaline will be high. It'll be a close game. Then maybe the next day or later that day, it's not that competitive, it's not a close game, so your adrenaline's down, but then something happens and now it's a close game, your adrenaline spikes back up. It's even worse in the home run derby because your adrenaline's down, you're hanging out with your friends, you're enjoying it, you're with your teammates, you're talking to the other National League All-Stars, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, Pete Alonso, you're up, go swing. and then your adrenaline spikes. You're like, okay, now I have to go hit a bunch of home runs. So he just wants a break from it, and I completely support it. As Alonso goes on and continues to say, quote, I just want to be in the best possible position to help this team win in the second half. I love that. You guys know me about Francisco Lindor and about Brendan Nimmo and how I praise them all the time for being team players. Well, Alonso is doing the exact same here. All he cares about is the New York Mets. He wants to win. I love that. He continues to say, quote, I feel like I'm in a groove with certain things. I definitely will do the Derby again. It doesn't mean no forever. If an All-Star game happens at Citi Field or another park that I love to hit at, like Fenway or Wrigley, for sure. I'm not necessarily called to do it this year. I love the event. It's a sick event. I just didn't really feel motivated to do it this year. I just figured I'd take a break. Use the break as recovery and get back at it. Help the team win in the second half. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. You need that break. That's why it's an all-star break. Like I was saying, you play so much baseball, you need a couple of days off, and Pete is going to take those days off. He'll play in the game on Tuesday. He'll probably get an at-bat or two because he's a reserve, and that'll be great. He'll enjoy it. He'll enjoy his trip in Atlanta, and he doesn't have to deal with the pressure and everything that comes with the home run derby. And also, he said it himself. He's in a groove. We'll hear this a little bit later with his statistics. He's having a great season statistically. So why would you want to go into the home run derby and have the potential of messing that up by purposefully and intentionally uppercutting to hit home runs? It makes no sense. Anthony Tacomo of MLB.com statistically explains why. He agrees that this is a great decision. As he says, quote, Alonso will be making his fifth All-Star appearance in 7 years after re-signing with the Mets on a 2-year, $54 million contract with an opt-out after this season. I really hope he doesn't. He might test the waters in free agency, but I really hope he stays with the Mets because he's been incredible. Anyway, it's been a streaky first year of that deal for Alonso, but a successful one overall. His 20 home runs puts him on pace for his fifth season of 35 homers or more, while his 73 RBIs give him a realistic chance to break his own franchise record of 131. He set this record back in 2022, and he has a chance to break it once again. As we'll go ahead and take a look at the statistics this year from Pete Alonso. They look great. Look at that. He's having one of the best batting averages of his career, well above his career average. The OBP is higher, the OPS is higher, the slugging is higher. He's hitting home runs. He has a ton of RBIs. 73 at the break is great. He even has a stolen base. Why not? And what I think is most impressive, and this is with Pete Alonso every single year, 91 out of 91 games played. He is always there. He is always on the field. To go along with that, his 98 hits, that is 10th in all of Major League Baseball and 3rd in the National League here at the break. 25 doubles is 2nd in all of the bigs and 1st in the National League. Those 20 homers is good for 8th in the NL and 12th overall. 73 RBIs is 2nd in the National League, 4th in the bigs. That 380 OBP, I never thought I would see Pete Alonso with a ranked on-base percentage, with a top 20 on-base percentage, but there it is, 14th in the MLB and top 10 in the National League at 7th. He's got a .543 slugging percentage, 12th in the bigs, 9th in the NL, and that OPS, which you see on your screen at .923, is 8th in Major League Baseball and 6th in the National League. He's having an incredible season, and as you see here with the RBIs, like I talked about, in 2022, he set the franchise record for RBIs with 131, and he has had a fantastic statistical year. Pete Alonso has been great. Obviously, you got that Rookie of the Year in there. You got multiple All-Stars. He's now a fifth-time All-Star. He'll probably end up getting some MVP votes, potentially. Everything is great for Pete Alonso, so why mess it up? Especially because when you look at 2 seasons in particular, Pete Alonso was not going to be happy with himself because after the home run derby, he really started to slump. And the first one is that incredible 2019. Believe it or not, he started to slump afterwards. In fact, before the home run derby, his slash was awesome. It was actually similar to this year. Look at that slash this year. 287, 380, 543, good for a .923 OPS. Very similar in 2019 before the All-Star break, before he took part in his first home run derby. 280, 372, 634, 1.006 OPS. After August 1st against the Chicago White Sox, his slash was a 254, 360, 581, 941 OPS. he dropped over 60 OPS points in just 18 days. He had a putrid stretch, and that's exactly what Alonso wants to avoid. You heard it from him. He wants to win ball games. He wants to be here for the New York Mets. He wants to do well for this team. So why would he throw it all away like he did in 2019 for about 2.5 weeks and then slump after the All-Star break? It makes no sense. And if you think this was just a coincidence, no. He did it again in 2023. Before the All-Star break, he was hitting 211, 310, 497, good for an 807 OPS. Not very good. He didn't have the best 2023. But then after July 20th, that went down to 204, 304, 472, good for just a 776 OPS. He had a 10-game stretch of not hitting a homer. The home run derby messes up your swing, at least for a little bit of time. Some guys are just better. I think if Aaron Judge were to go back into it and start hitting in the home run derby, he might not deal with a swing change. But do you find it funny that Aaron Judge is never in the home run derby, or very rarely? No, it's not a coincidence. There is a correlation between being in the home run derby and slumping after the All-Star break, and that is exactly what Pete Alonso wants to avoid, and I'm so glad he's making this decision as a New York Met fan. So let me know, is my opinion crazy? Go down in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or not. Do you agree with Alonso not partaking in the 2025 home run derby because you don't want him to slump? Or are you someone that says, no, I don't think that's a thing. They don't slump after they go into the home run derby. Let him play. Let him enjoy the entertainment. Let me know what you think down below. But unfortunately, that's all the time I have for you in today's video. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And let's go Mets.